Okay. Okay. I just finished this chapter of Tokyo Ghoul. This shit, man. Dude, Suzuya, he's going in. Like, he is going in. He pops up. When he gets on center stage, I had that Tokyo Ghoul theme song playing. It popped in my head and all that. And you see him just like, oh, it's not going down like that. And you see his prosthetic leg. Yo, that prosthetic leg. Oh my god. Okay, so we all know that Suzuya lost his leg, okay? Well, we know he lost his leg at the end of part 1 of Tokyo Ghoul, and a lot of us have been questioning, like, okay, so how is he walking? Like, what does he have? Like, what type of prosthetic leg does he have? And we come to find out in this chapter, he has knives in his prosthetic, yo. Like, he pulls out all these knives, and he stabs Uta. Like, oh my god, like, okay, so, that right there, Suzuya. If I didn't love you already, I would have moved you up to my favorite character on the human side. Suzuya, hands down, how could you not like him as a character? He just goes in and fucking stabs, yo, he stabs Uta. Yes. Like, come on, let's be real here. All of us that slightly despise Uta, if you despise him, you know for a fact that you just were cheering inside of you yourself. You're like, yes, yes. When you see him getting stabbed all through his mask and all that. That right there, amazing. Just, yo. Too freaking good. Okay, so, being, getting down and calming myself down, let's talk about the chapter. The chapter structure is very, very, very simplistic. Like, there's not much really going on besides the fight of Suzuya coming out, revealing his leg, and stabbing the clowns. Like, damn, he wrecks them clowns. And then you have it to where Mutsuki, she gets sold for 200 million yen. And so that's the main central points of this chapter, besides the operation beginning at the end of the chapter. So 3 things happen this chapter, but it's just, it's a hype chapter. Like, come on, we all knew this was coming. We all knew soon as Suzuya came up on stage, or he entered that room, he was going to go insane. Like, he was just going to start wrecking everybody. I was waiting for him to jump after Big Madam. Like, I was expecting him to run after her, try to stab her and stuff like that, because we know his hatred with Big Madam, and I was just hoping for something like that. But you know what? I'm happy. You know, Big Madam, you can leave. You can go and leave. Just, Suzuya, continue stabbing the clowns. Just do that, okay? They don't get the final laugh this time. They definitely do not. Because Uta deserves that. He straight up deserves what he did to Kaneki through the journey of Tokyo Ghoul. So, I'll tell you, the chapter, I'm hype. Like, straight up hype, because Suzuya, my boy, he's going in. He's straight up going in. He's wrecking these well-known ghouls. Clown just gets destroyed. Like, they got played. You know, how does it feel, Clown? How does it feel to be played by someone? Like, you're always sitting there manipulating the little wires and strings upon everybody in behind the scenes, for instance, Kaneki or Rize, and then all of a sudden Suzuya comes in, you think he's a regular girl, and you kind of find out he's a dove, and he just wrecks your face. So, like, how do you feel about that, Clown? Like, just sweet justice right there. Just sweet freaking justice. Gotta love it. It just, enough said. You gotta love this chapter. The thing is, okay, with this chapter, there's a couple things with this chapter right at the beginning that really raises my eyebrows quite a bit. Like, for instance, I'm thinking, okay, so, are they really trying to do this? Like, is Ishida really trying to take this route with Mutsuki? So, Mutsuki, as we know, there's been a lot of death flags placed on top of him. Like, there's just so many death flags. The white-haired Mutsuki, we saw that similar to Kaneki. And even in this chapter, we have it to where we have this inner monologue, this dialogue going on in Mutsuki's head, to where it, like, he thinks, like, what should I do? What I do for Sasaki and stuff like that. So it goes to show you, we're getting, once again, more correlations with Kaneki. Again, with Mutsuki. So, I'm assuming 2 things. Mutsuki's going to turn into another white-haired Kaneki, which I theorized once before a couple chapters back. Or, she's going to die. Torso is going to kill him. That straight up is what's going to happen, probably. Like, Torso is going to kill Mutsuki because he wanted to bid for Mutsuki in this chapter. Like, oh, can we bid? Can we bid? You know, he was asking Ayato. So, And it just goes to show you the type of person he is. He's going to be kind of the equivalent to Jason in Tokyo Ghoul. I'm willing to bet it. Like, Torso's the equivalent to Jason with Mutsuki, and you know how Jason to Kaneki, stuff like that. I'm guessing Torso and Mutsuki is going to be like that similar relationship. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I really am. Oh, yes, actually, the one thing I do need to point out, you had it to where, at the end of this little battle between, you know, auctions, all that, you know, fighting for Mutsuki, someone won with 200 million yen. Like, you know, Mutsuki was sold for that price. We don't know necessarily who won that little battle. We don't know if it's Big Madam. We don't know if it was, you know, Shu's, you know, helper and stuff like that. And so, I'm assuming, maybe, Mutsuki might be going with them, you know, where Shu is at. I'm assuming, because if Shu sees Mutsuki as a half-ghoul, we gotta consider this real quick. What was the main reason why Shu wanted to eat Kaneki in the first place? It was because he was a half-ghoul and he was exquisite in his eyes. He was an exquisite taste. And what would be the proper way to revitalize his, you know, his taste, his, you know, wanting to eat things? It would be Mutsuki eating him, because he's similar to Kaneki. If that does happen, that would definitely unlock the door for Sasaki to remember his old self, Kaneki, if that does happen, but we'll have to see. Overall, that's pretty much the chapter. It really is hype fucking chapter. I really cannot wait for next week. I really freaking can't, because it left me on a cliffhanger. I'm just sitting here all upset right now, because that's a dirty cliffhanger. That's straight up very, very, very dirty. So tell me your thoughts. Love y'all. You have a wonderful day, or night, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.